Okay guys, let's get started. Okay, so here we have NMAP and you are going to task number 1, which is deploy. So for this task, you just need to click start machine over here. So that this machine above over here will start so that we can practice what you are going to learn on that machine provided by TryHackMe. But in order to access this machine, make sure that you connect it to the VPN by going over here and you click on access, I think. Yeah, access, and download the VPN file. And after you did that, you're going to connect it to that VPN file like that, and you will be ready to go. So after you've done that, now let us go to the real task over here. So I'm gonna click complete, and let's get started with the introduction. As you can see, it's just a simple introduction over here, but we are going straight to the questions. Here it says, what networking constructs are used to direct traffic to the right application on a server? Okay, so the network construct they are talking over here is known as port. Cool. So you are going to say port. I think ports in general form. Yeah, it is ports. And what do they mean over here is that here you have a computer, and here this computer is connected to these multiple servers. But for example, this let us say TryHackMe is hosted in this computer. So for us, in order to access TryHackMe or one of these servers, this computer must open a certain port in order to access these multiple servers. Let me show you that on my own terminal. So if I go ahead over here and say, for example, use a command like sudo ufw allow like this, and I put a port number over here, for example SSH port number 22, which is SSH. If I click enter over here, this ufw is going to open a port on my computer, a port number 22, which is generally used for SSH, and it is going to open this port so anyone can connect through SSH on my computer. I'm not going to do that, but you get the idea. So the next question here, it says, how many of these are available on any network enabled computer? So here it says, how many ports are available on any network enabled computer? I think it is 65, 35, I don't remember actually, 35, 5, I don't know. I think we need to go to check it out over here. I think they have mentioned it is over here. So we can copy this one out. So this is generally number of ports that are currently available. So we're going to paste it over here. And now we are continuing. So here it is a research-based question. It says, how many of these are considered well known? It means that how many of these ports, of this number of ports, are commonly used in the network environment? And here it says there are standard numbers mentioned in the task. So if you read this task, it says a standard number. I think it is, if not 1,000, it will be 1,024. Let's try that one. No, it is not. It will be 1,024. Let me try that one as well. Yeah, it is correct. So it is 1,024. These are known as the standard ports. Whenever you're going to the network environment, you will see these ports are standard. For example, HTTP is port number 80, HTTPS is port number 443, SMB or SAMB, I think it is port number 445, and you go on like that. Or for example, for RDP is a 3389. So those common ports, you need to know them as a cybersecurity expert. So this was for task number 1. Now let us go for the task number 2. Here we are going to learn about something known as NMAP switches, or different flags you can use with NMAP. So here we can go straight to the question. Here it says, what is the first switch listed in the help menu for the scene scan? Move more on this later. So it says that we are going to learn this later, but let me show you how to get the answer for this question. If you go to your computer right now, let me use a full screen mode. If you go to your computer and you type this command over here, man, then nmap, it is going to open the manual page for the nmap command. And if we enter over here, you can see it is going to give us a quick description that this is a network exploration tool and security or port scanner. And it's the question asked. Let me see what the question asked over here. It says that, what is the first switch listed in the help menu for the scene scan? The first switch that has been listed for the scene scan. So it needs the switch for this kind of scan. Okay, so we are going to the terminal over here, and we need to search for the scene scan. I know it, but I need to show you how to navigate through this one over here. So you can see over here under scan techniques, you can see there are different switches, and the scene scan can be found over here. So this means that we are going to use a switch for the scene scan. If we don't know how to to navigate like this, you can use a / and you can type scene like this and you can hit enter. So after you type like that, it is going to give you it will highlight all of the position where the scene flag has been mentioned. Okay, so if you can say any, you can navigate through different results like that. But the answer for this question will be -S and capital letter S, which is a switch for the scene scan. And if we hit enter like that, you can see it is a correct answer. The next one, it says, which switch would you use for the UDP scan? That is no brainer. UDP scan, you will say -S for the switch, -S, you will say -S like that, and you can say -U like this. It means UDP scan. In other words, if we go to our terminal, you can actually you can find all of those answers on this manual page. But because I know them, I'm gonna help you finding those answers real quick. But if you go to your terminal, if you say NMAP, if you say -SS, it means that NMAP is going to use the scene scan, and if you say -SU, it is going to use the UDP scan. And that is what they meant by saying the NMAP switches. Now let us go to the next question. Here it says, if you wanted to detect which operating system the target is running on, which switch would you use? For this one, I think there are multiple commands you can use. I don't know. You can use a -A. It will bring the same answer because it generalizes multiple commands at once. But let us go to the manual page and see what do they say. So we're going to say man, then nmap like this, and after that we're going to use a / and we're going to say something like operating system. Or let us use the keyword operating over here and enter. So you can see operating system over here. Let us say any to the next result. You can see operating system, but it is not giving out which flag we are going to use. If we say any again, if we say n, we can see this one is going to use ArcScan. I think it will be -A because I saw it over here. We can use P for previous, then we can go N. We can see over here, this is A flag. What did I wrote over there? I say -A to me, it means all. We are going to check for all of the flag, multiple flags are being activated at once. So let us see over here, we can see -A, we can see T4 here. It means that you are just increasing the number of red. Okay, it is over here, -SO. Okay, -SO, but I don't think if that is correct. Let us keep looking at it. We can see there is multiple. We can see the scan types. Okay, so we can see OS detection is over here, so we can use it -O over here. So we're going to say -O. Okay, so we're going to say -O like this, and we're going to click enter, and it is correct. So here it says NMAP provides a switch to detect the version of the services running on the target. What is the switch? The switch there is actually, you're going to say -S and V for version, and if we enter, I think it is the correct answer. As you can see over there. Here it says the default output provided by NMAP often does not provide enough information for a pen tester. How do you increase the verbosity? Verbosity means that if NMAP is giving you fewer output and you need NMAP to provide you with more output, you can use the keyword for verbosity. Verbosity means that it is going to provide even more information instead of just giving you the summary. So to increase the verbosity, we are going to use the -V option, -V like this. I think small letter V. I think it is small letter V. So this V is used for increasing the verbosity or the amount of information NMAP is going to provide to you. So the next question here, it says verbosity level 1 is good, but verbosity level 2 is better. How do you set the verbosity level to 2? To do that, you're just going to say -V, and you add another V, means we need the level 2 of verbosity, and you're going to hit enter, and it is correct. Here it says we should always save the output of our scan. That is a good practice. This means that we only need to run the scan once, reducing the network traffic and thus the chance of detection, and give us the reference to use when writing reports for clients. Okay, here it says, what switch would you use to save the NMAP result in 3 major formats? I think the formats here they refer is Markdown, I think the normal text, and I don't remember the next one, but the switch to use to activate this is dash O and capital letter A, if I'm not mistaken. O dash O and I don't remember. Yeah, it is correct. It's dash O, manake output. It means output, and A, it means output in all formats. Okay, so it means that if you are running NMAP, you can say NMAP, let us say you are running the scene scan. You are running the scene scan, and you can say dash O A, and then it is going to output you are providing the name, for example, nmap.scan, and it is going to output in all formats, in all major formats for reading the text. So I hope you understand, but yeah, actually you can sense I'm kind of jumping through words because I'm not used to recording YouTube videos, but one video at a time. I'm learning as we go along. So let's continue. So here it says, what switch would you use to save the NMAP result in a normal format? For this one, I need to go and check the manual page. So we are going to say NMAP, we are going to say man NMAP, and hit enter. And we are going to say, let us try to search the word normal. And we can see output in a normal format. We can use the dash O N over here. So we are going to the result over here. I'm going to say dash O and dash N to output in the normal format. And here it says that a very useful output format. How would you save result in grepable format? Grepable format is a format, I think, where we can grep or we can find something by using the grep command. I don't know. I think it means that because there is a command in Linux called the grep, which is used to search for string in a particular file. For this one, light of the bat, I think it will be dash OG like that, and it is correct. So here it says, sometimes the result we are getting just aren't enough. If we don't care about how loud we are, we can enable aggressive mode. This is the shorthand switch that activates service detection, operating system detection, a trace route, and a common scripting scanning. How would you activate the setting? Simple. You're going to say dash A for aggressive, and you can hit enter like that. Okay? You can also find all of this by reading the manual page. Okay, it says NMAP offers 5 levels of timing template. Okay, that I showed you how to increase the number of threads by using the dash T option. And here it says these are essentially used to increase the speed your scan run at. Be careful though. Higher speeds are noisier and can be detected by IDS and IPS, intrusion prevention system, and intrusion detection systems, and can incur or can increase the number of errors or the false positives. How would you set the timing template to level 5? To do that, you're just going to say dash T, then 5, and you're gonna hit enter. So this dash T is used as the timing template to increase the speed of the scan. And here we are going to the next one. We can also choose which ports to scan. How would you tell NMAP to only scan port 80? For this one, you're going to use it dash P option, and you are going to say 80. Yeah, it is correct. Okay, so this dash P switch is used to tell NMAP to scan a certain ports instead of all 60,000 plus ports. Okay, the next one. How would you tell NMAP to scan ports 1,000 to port 1,500? So for this one, you're just going to say dash P as always, and you are going to provide the range from 1,000 to 1,500, and you are going to hit enter. The next one, a very useful option that should not be ignored. How would you tell NMAP to scan all ports? For this one, you can say dash P dash like that. It is going to scan all of the ports, or you include the range from 0 all the way to the last number of ports. Okay, the next one. How would you activate a script from the NMAP scripting library? Lots of more on this in later. It means that we are going to learn about this in the later modules. So to activate the script, I think we need to go to the NMAP. I forgot about that, so we need to go to NMAP and search for script. So I'm going to say script like this and hit enter. You can see the script over here. We can use this one, it enable everything, but let us see how we can activate the script. So we're going to say next, Okay, you can see -sn. I don't know if this is scripty. Then if the next one, no. Next, script kid, next. You can see OS detection. Next, the NMAP scripting engine, Lua programming language, NMAP scripting engine. If we continue like that, you can see we can use -sc to perform. We can also use this one over here, --script here. I was thinking of this one, but I was not sure. So we can go ahead over here and say --script like this, and you can hit enter, and it is correct. Okay. So the next one, how would you activate all the scripts in the vuln category? So for this one, I think we need to say, you need the hint over here. I don't even know how because I'm not used to activate the scripts. I'm used to just run it, let nmap run, and I read it from the script. It says that there are two variants of this switch, one with the space and one with the equal sign. Look at asterisk in the answer to feed the okay. So we need to use this one over here. We're going to say --script equals, I think, vuln, like this. Vuln script, I think. I don't know. I think we can do like this. Let us see if this is correct. Yeah, it is incorrect. Don't know, double equal sign. Yeah, it is double equal sign. Okay, --vuln like this, and it is correct. Okay, so let us continue. I hope you guys are understanding something what I'm teaching you over here. So if it is not correct, you have to you have to leave the comment below, so I know what to remove and improve my next videos. As I said, I'm new to YouTube and I just need to teach you guys. Okay, so let us continue. Let us see what the time we are in. Oh, we are 16 minutes in, so it is not bad. So let us continue. The next one, we are going to look at the scan types, different types of scans that we can run. And I'm just going to click complete because there is nothing to answer over here, but a quick rundown. If we need to run a TCP connect scan, which means we are going to complete the three-way handshake, we are going to use the -st flag. For only sending the SYN flag, you are going to use the SN. For UDP, you can see over here, and for this different type of scan. But let us go to the first one. As you can see over here, this is a complete three-way handshake. It means that if client 1 need to speak to the server, this client is going to send a packet known as SYN packet, and this server has to acknowledge the packet and send the ACK signal along with its own SYN or synchronization flag or synchronization packet, and this client has to send the acknowledgement to this server so that they can establish the communication. And this entire process is known as TCP three-way handshake. And if we continue over here, you can see if client sends SYN and this target is not available, this target is going to send a reset, which means the connection is closed and this target is not alive or it is not online. So let us go to the question and see how we can do this stuff. And after I saw this command over here called the IP table, which means I'm going to make a video about it in the future, which is one of the useful tools to use as a firewall to your own systems. But let us not go sideways and let us stick to the NMAP video. So here it says that which RFC or request for comment define the appropriate behavior for the TCP protocol. So RFC, these are requests for comments which used to standardize the different protocols and how they behave. I cannot know this one out of the head or out of my head, but we need to go ahead, I think, and research. But let us read the hint. It says RFC 793 was deprecated and replaced by the new RFC. What it is? For this one, we need to go ahead and Google. So we are going to say, to copy this one, RFC for TCP protocol. We can go ahead. We can go ahead and Google for this one out. I don't know if you Google what will happen, but I'm gonna paste RFC up and I'm gonna say for TCP protocol and hit enter and see what happened. Okay, RFC for TCP protocol, it is says over here it is 9293. Let us see if that is correct. 9293, 9293. Let us try RFC 9293 and hit enter and it is correct. Okay, so we just need to Google that and see the new number, so it is correct. So the next one, it says if a port is closed, which flag should the server send back to indicate this? So if the port is closed, as you can see over here, the target or the server must send the reset flag. So we are going to say RST like that, and we hit enter. So the next one is the scene scan. As you can see, we only send the scene or synchronization scan, and the server is going to reply with scene arc, and the client, if the client does not want to connect to the server, it is going to send the reset flag in order to close this communication. And by using NMAP, we are going to answer the following question, and you are going to understand the material on how to utilize that knowledge in NMAP. So here it says there are two other names for the scene scan. What are they? The first one is known as half open. Okay, it is known as half-open. I think something like this. And the next one is known as stealth scan. Stealth scan, like this. Okay, so why it is called half open? It is called half open because we are just sending the scene flag, but we are not sending the ARC flag in order to establish communication. And using NMAP, we can use this switch over here in order to send the scene flag. And I hope you understand what I mean by this. Here we are just sending the synchronization packet just to check if the target is alive. And the target will reply with a scene arc, and we are just going to send the reset flag to close the communication because we don't want to communicate or to establish connection with that particular target. So just like that, we are going to say it is not, that is why it is called half open. It is called stealthy because it was used to be, it was believed that this scan was cannot be detected easily. But as you can see down over here, it can be detected by Wireshark, and the connection is being, as you can see, the packet are being logged over here. So it means that this stealth name over here is wrong, and you should not say that scene scan is a stealth scan because it can be detected easily by Wireshark and modern IDS and IPS systems. Okay, I hope you understand what I mean by that. As always, I'm new to YouTube. I'm doing my best to improve my videos. So the next one, it says, can NMAP use a scene scan without sudo permission? The answer here is no. In order to use the scene scan, you need to use sudo or root privileges in order to do any network manipulation. Okay, so you cannot just say something like this. You cannot just say nmap and -s like this. For example, like this. Let me try and say like example.com. You can see direct, you need to use root privileges because you are doing network manipulation, and you need to start with sudo in order to be able to do what you need to do by scene flag or by using scene scan. Okay, so now let us go to the UDP scan. And UDP scan, this is another protocol beside TCP, and this is one of the slowest protocol if you scan by using the NMAP, and it will take a long time. And as always here, if we come over here, we can see if a UDP port doesn't respond to an NMAP scan, what will it be marked as? For that one, I don't remember because I don't know, because I'm not sure about the UDP flags. So let us go to the material and see what do they say. Here I can see NMAP referred to the port as being open or filtered. This open filtered means that there is a firewall or any tool that is preventing the port from responding with the acknowledgement packet. So for this one, I think this will be the answer over here. So in UDP, it is going to say the port is closed. But in TCP, for UDP, it is going to say it is open filtered. So I'm going to paste it over here, and I'm going to click submit. Okay, so here it says, when a UDP port is closed, by convention, the target should send back a port unreachable message. Which protocol would it use to do so? The protocol, I think, will be, I don't know exactly, but we need to actually read the material. I'm not actually, I'm going to be honest, I'm not confident with the UDP part. I'm confident with the TCP part. That is why I'm stacking a little bit. Over here, I think the protocol that you should use, let us read the material over here. With the scan 20 most commonly used port to return the port is unreached. Which protocol does it use? It says that when UDP port is closed, by convention, target should send back port unreachable message. Which protocol would it use it to do so? TCP or ICMP? Yeah, that was correct. It is a SMP protocol. This SMP protocol, this is a protocol used by ping. Whenever you send a ping to a certain machine, that ping is sending something called the ICMP echo request, and that machine is going to send the ICMP echo reply. So if it does not send the ICMP echo reply, that is why this message over here says port unreachable, because the host is not alive. Okay, the next one, we can see this different flag. There is a scan type of null, which is not going to send anything. There is fin, which is used to close communication like RST, and XMAS is a combination of three flags: urge or for urgent, PSH for push, and I think RST for reset. Okay, those are the flag for TCP. That is why, in order to understand the NMAP, you need to understand the TCP packet header, in order to do this material very well. So if we go over here, we can see which of the three shown scan type uses the urge flag. Urge flag is used by XMAS, as I said. XMAS over here, as I said, because it combines three protocols together. And I don't know where they mentioned it. Let me see over here. Yeah, you can see over here they mentioned it. It used the urgent, the fin, and the PSH flag. The next one, why null, fin, and the XMAS scan generally used? It was believed they are used for firewall evasion or to bypass firewall. But for now, this is not the case. Firewall evasion. Okay, next one. Which common OS may respond to a null, fin, and XMAS with the reset flag for every port? This one is called the Microsoft Windows and the Cisco devices. So this is called the Microsoft Windows, and the Cisco devices. Okay, now we are going to the last scan type, which is called the ICMP network scan, by using the SCN flag. For example, you are just trying to send the ping packet using NMAP. Okay, so here it says, how would you perform a ping sweep on the network? This one, netmask this one, using NMAP side annotation. For this one, you're just going to say NMAP, and then you are going to say -SN to send the ping tag, the ping flag, and then it says that netmask, this is a netmask using the side annotation, and we are going to use this one over here. We're going to say 172.116.0.0, then slash, because this network mask, it means that this is 80 and this is 80, it will be /16. For using side annotation, it will be /16, and that is the correct answer. Now let us go to the NSE script, or different script used by NMAP. Different scripts used by NMAP in order to learn different kind of vulnerability checks. For example, you are scanning a machine and that machine is vulnerable to a certain vulnerability, for example SMB vulnerability, which was known as Eternal Blue. NMAP is going to check for that vulnerability on that particular protocol by using their own script, and return the result to you that the machine or the target you are scanning is vulnerable to a certain vulnerability, and it can aid you in performing proper penetration testing. Now let us go to this overview. This is a different overview, and you can see these are different states and category for the NMAP script. For example, for exploit, it means that NMAP is going to try to exploit that particular machine. And here we can go. It says that what language are NSE script written in? I think we saw on the previously, we saw it on the NMAP manual page, which is called the Lua operating system or programming language. It is called the Lua. And the next one, it says which category of script would be very bad idea to run on a production environment. I think this will be exploit over here. I think will be this one over here, attempted to exploit vulnerability, because sometimes it can do. I'm thinking it is not like I've read it somewhere, because in exploit sometimes you can run a buffer overflow and it will kill the system. But over here, at the same time, this intrusive, because it is going to affect the machine. So we need to go with intrusive because it is going to intrude the normal flow of the system. As you can see over here, it says not safe. So we're gonna copy this one out and paste it over here. I know no one reaches to this point of the video, so if you are one of the people who reaches to this point of the video, go ahead and comment I reached here, or you can go ahead and subscribe. So the next one is working with NSC. We can see different directories, and this is how we can run them. We can say nmap -port, and then we can activate the script by using the script tag over here, and you can put the script, multiple script that you want, and these are script arguments, and that is how you do it. So if we go over here, it says what optional argument can the FTP unknown NSE script take. Okay, this is optional argument. Which optional argument can this take? Okay, so we need to go ahead and check it for help for this particular script. So we need to go ahead and copy this one out and paste it on our system, Control-Shift-V, and we need to type the name of that one that they say over there, which is FTP-unknown. I think .nse. I'm not sure. It is .nse. So the argument that it is going to take, I don't know. Let us check. FTP unknown. Check if an FTP server is anonymous, and these are the different arguments that it can take. So we can copy this one out. It can take a default, authentication, and safe. These are, I don't know if these are arguments, but what I know, these are categories, and if anonymous is allowed, it gets the directory listing. Okay, so here it does not give enough information. I'm just having some fun because I know no one is going to check. I think it will take auth. Let us try auth. Let us try auth. It is not correct. Default. It is not correct either. I don't know what is going on. What about FTP-unknown? It is not correct. So this question here actually was really tough for me, so I went ahead and give it to ChatGPT, and it spit out a lot of stuff, and this one over here comes obvious to me, and this is going to specify maximum list of optional argument that you can put over there. And as you can see, this is how we can run that particular argument. You can say maximum list to 200, and at the same time, I know no one reaches to this point of the video because I suck at YouTube. And so let us go over here, and I went over here, and I keep max list over here, and click correct the submit button, and it submits the correct answer. So the next part, which is task number 12, which is searching for script, we can go ahead and read the first question here. It says that searching for SMB script in the user share NMAP scripts directory using either of the demonstrated method, or we can use our own Linux tactic ninja methodologies. So we can go ahead and copy this directory over here so that we don't have to type it again on the terminal. And let me see if I'm recording. I'm recording, and we are 1 minute in, and I'm still yapping. So if we go over here and paste it over here, Control-Shift-V on the terminal. Okay, so I have messed it up a little bit. So we're going over here. We're going to delete everything over here, and we need to do something like cd to that. I think we can just cd, or we can los, and after doing los, you can use grep command. We can say grep, and we are going to grep SMB as the question instructed, and you can see there is a lot of SMB over here. Okay, there is a lot of SMB, NSC, or NMAP scripting engine modules. And if we go to the question, it says that what is the file name of the script which determines the underlying OS. So we need to find the one that determines OS, and as you can see, this one over here sounds a little bit obvious. So we're gonna copy it out, and we're gonna paste it over here, and we are gonna get that sweet correct answer over here. Whoop whoop, your answer is correct. The next one, read through this script. What does it depend on? So we need to see the dependence of that script. So for that one, because we have already copied, we can copy the entire script over here, entire path over here. We can copy it out, and you can paste it, Control-Shift-V over here, and in front of it, we are going to the OS discovered a script of SMB, and now it is not there anymore. Or it is where it is. I think you guys can see it, but for some reason I cannot find it. Yeah, it is over here. So I'm going to copy it out as well. Copy it out and put it over here. Control Shift V, and I'm going to use less command because it is a little bit nice. And I'm gonna reading through this script to all the way to the end to see if it is going to be mentioned over there, and nothing. So here I say I'm using less. So let us say like this, and let's say find the keyword depend. It is not over there. What if I use a question mark? Find the keyword depends. Depend. It is not there. What if I use capital letter depend / capital letter depend? It is not there as well. Let me use control U at the forward of at the top of the script. Over here it is not okay. Here it says it require SMB. It require SMB over here. So let us go ahead and try to type that one out. SMB, and it says it is incorrect. Now let us go to the hint. Look for dependencies. Okay, so we need to find it for dependencies. So over here we're going to say /dependencies to search for it, and we can see dependencies is over here, which is SMB-brute. So we're going to copy this one out, and we're going to paste it over here. Paste this guy over here and hit enter, and it is correct. Now we are going to the topic of firewall version or bypassing firewall. And if we go over here, it says which simple and frequently relied upon protocol is often blocked and requiring the use of P and switch. It is obvious. It is ICMP, which is a protocol used by ping command. Okay, research says that which NMAP switch allows you to append an arbitrary length of random data to the end of the packet. I don't know, and because it says research, we can go ahead, because the research back in the day we could use Google, but nowadays we have AI, and I'm going to paste this question to the ChatGPT and see what it spit out. Okay, here you can see it says -- data length over here. So we can copy this one out. At the same time, we could use the NMAP manual page, but in this age of AI, we can just simplify that and use AI. What if we paste it one out and say, yeah, it is correct. Now let us go to the practical to utilize what you have learned so far. And that is why you need to make sure that you start this machine from the deploy task number 1 over there. And here it says that if you are not a subscriber, make sure that this machine has around 10 minutes to start. I think I've already passed that minute or that timer. So here it says that does the target respond to ICMP echo ping request? Yes or no? So for this one, you need to copy the IP address, and we need to go ahead over here and say ping, and I'm gonna specify -C1 just to send one packet. Control Shift V and hit enter. We can see nothing come out, so it does not respond to the ping packet. So we are going to say no, it does not respond. Now the next one, it says perform an Xmas scan on the first 999 ports of the target. How many ports are shown to be open or filtered? Open filtered. Okay, so we need to run the Xmas scan, which combines the urge flag, the push flag, and the reset flag. So let us go ahead and say that. We can go ahead. Let us becoming root sudo su, and I'm gonna provide my password over there. And after that, I'm going to say nmap, if I can type nmap, and -sx for the Xmas scan, and in front of it we're going to say -p from 0 all the way to 999, because it says we need to scan 999 ports of this target over here. So because it does not respond to the pin packet, we can use the P0 to stop sending the pin flag, the ICMP echo request, or we can use -p. We can use -p small letter n, and we can hit like that. It is going to take a little bit of time, but I think if we use forward over here, it is 2% done, it is 3% done, it is 4% done. I don't know when it is going to be done. So what I'm going to do is actually to stop this scan, and we need to run it in a verbosity mode. So we are going to say -VV. So it is going to give, we are going to start to scan the entire from 0 to 99. It's not that bad. So it is 4% done, it is 5% done. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna pause the recording, then I'm going to come back after it is done. And the way I say that, as if there is anyone who is watching at this point of the video. So if you are one of the few people who are watching at this point of the video, you are the legend, and they comment down below there to say, I support you, brother. So I'm gonna pause this one out, and I'm coming back after the scan is done. Okay guys, as you can see, the scan is complete, and here it says all 1,000 ports are open filtered. And but for that question, it will be 999 because we started scanning from 0 to 999. In other words, we scan all 1,000 ports. Okay, so over here we are going just to say 999 because it is 999 because we send malinformed packets using the XMAS scan. In other words, we manipulate the packet, and whenever we do that, Microsoft Windows or Cisco devices are going to send back the reset flag, which is going to close the connection. So as you can see over here, they say that there is a reason given for this. What it is? The reason is simple. Okay, let me read first. The reason is what I gave you, but let us see the hint. Run this command while the VV switch enabled. It is good practice to always increase the verbosity in your scans. Now let us see what the reason is the scan says. Here it says, read data files from this NMAP. Raw packet sent. Okay, all 1,000 ports on this one are in ignored state. Okay, TCP ports, no response. Okay, there is no response. Okay, because we send malinformed packet. So for this one, we are going to skip this one over here and submit. What? It is not correct. Why? Yeah, it is correct because I added the dash over there. Okay, now the next one. Perform the TCP scene scan on the first 5,000 ports of the target. How many ports are shown to be open? What the? It is going to take like forever. 5,000 ports. Let us try. Let us do it. So over here we're just going to say -S, and here we're going to say from port number 1 all the way to port number 5,000. 1, 2, 3. And we are going to disable pin, and let us do this. What if we say -T3 to increase the speed, and hit enter. Discover the port. This one is open over here. This is RDP. As you can see over here, guys, this is RDP, or remote desktop protocol on Windows. This one is DNS. This one is SMB, I think, something like that. This one is FTP, I think FTP server, not FTP client. FTP client, it will be port number 20. 80, this will be like HTTP, which is a web server. I think it will be Microsoft IIS, which is a Microsoft server for Microsoft. And let us see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us try 5 first, because we can wait, and the answer is obvious over there. And it is correct, so the rest of the scan is just wasting our time. Okay, about 56 done, but this result was shown over here because we enable the VV over here. That is why it is more verbose. It is going to give us a lot of output. Okay, and the last one. Open Wireshark for instruction and perform TCP connect scan. Okay, monitoring the result, make sure that you understand what is going on. Deploy the FTP-unknown script against the box. Can NMAP login successful to the FTP server on port 21? Yes or no? Yeah. So we need to use this script engine over here. There is no need to open Wireshark because this is not a Wireshark tutorial. So what I'm going to do is this one over here. I'm going to say NMAP like this, NMAP, and because we know FTP is port number 21, so we're going to say -P21, and we're going to say -- script in order to enable the script, and we're going to use the script FTP -anon, which means we need to log in anonymously NSE into that machine. Control-Shift-V. Yeah, that was a mistake. So I'm going to take this IP address over here and I'm going to put it over here. Control-Shift-V. And because this does not respond to ping request, I'm going to say P-N over there, -VV for verbosity. And let us see if it like that. Completed, and we can see it is initiating the scripting engine over here. It is discovered that this port FTP is open, and completed the scene stealth scan, and it is going to see if we can log in anonymously, okay, by activating this script over here. So I don't know how long it is going to take. Let us see. It is taking a little bit a while. It is taking a little bit of time, but I believe can't get directory. But here you can see FTP anon, anonymous FTP login allowed, FTP code number 230. So it means that we can log in anonymously using FTP. So for that case, the answer is yes. So I can say Y over here, and it is correct. Now conclusion, I'm gonna click complete, and I'm gonna say if even one person reaches to this end of the video, I congratulate you, and consider giving a subscribe button, hitting amen.